Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, crew!
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So
Ho, ho, ho.
Best time of year,
So we have a Christmas theme going on today.
in case you couldn't tell.
We are doing Ugly Sweater Day or
Woo!
Cool Sweater Day.
Cool sweater day.
Yeah. So we've got, what does yours say?
Mine?
Taco about what?
Talk about Christmas.
Taco
Santa in
about Christmas.
Santa in his sombrero. Con his
Nice.
taco.
Yes.
Yep. All right, you ready for mine?
Oh, yeah. Let's see it.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Whoa, that's
With the
sick.
T-Rex. I love it.
Yep.
It's epic.
A Christmas Story, Jurassic Park, and mine's a cool reindeer guy. Wait,
Woohoo.
there we go. Could y'all see that?
Yeah, sort of. Nice
Kind of.
sunglasses.
Okay, hold on.
I dig
Wait.
it.
Thanks for telling me figure. How about this? There we go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see it
like
now.
Yep. I see the vision.
Ugh.
I should have put your little Christmas outfit on you.
Oh, this is great.
I should have put Snickers.
I will not wear the sunglasses the entire time,
No.
but I will wear my sunglasses at night and indoors. Trust,
Future so bright.
That's right.
depending on the occasion.
I should have put Snickers' little elf collar on her.
Yeah, you should have.
Oh,
She would not have been very happy with me, but that's all right.
That's all right.
Why?
All right. So you guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
mhm.
I'm going to tell you some Christmas stuff that you didn't know.
But we need to
Oh.
know.
That's right.
That's why we're here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. So let's talk about how Henry VIII almost canceled Christmas in the US.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Ah,
cancel culture has always been around.
it
Right?
has. It has always been a thing. Henry VIII. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Connect those dots.
Okay. Hear me out on this one. So we're going to go in our Christmas Wayback Machine to our
Ho,
things.
ho, 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 chingalee. Wait, can y'all hear that?
No.
No.
Oh, come on. They have bells on this thing. No? I'm
No.
literally
Nothing.
shaking. I look insane.
Yeah,
From a
you
third
do.
person,
Yeah, you
from a third person's perspective, that was crazy. Anyway, move on.
All right.
All
So
right,
we're going way
in
back
the
to
Wayback Machine
Thanksgiving.
to the Thanksgiving episode. So if you
Okay.
haven't seen that one, go back to it because it will
Yes.
give you the basis for this.
Indeed.
Okay, but as we know, good old Henry pissed off a lot of people with his
He
Church of
did.
England, including the
Mhm.
Pilgrims. Okay?
Right.
The Pilgrims were not about Christmas.
Okay.
There were a
Okay.
few reasons, but one that they latched onto was that the Bible doesn't specifically mention a date of Jesus'
Right.
birth.
Okay.
So the
Mhm.
Puritans were like, nope, not legitimate to celebrate, not doing it. Okay.
It's not in the fine text, therefore I will not believe.
Exactly. So
Indeed.
when the Pilgrims came to the New World, they also brought their beliefs about the lack of Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
In fact, from 1659 to 1681,
Mhm.
Christmas was banned in Boston.
Rude.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was
Totally
a law
banned.
that anyone showing the
No
Christmas
Hallmark
spirit
movies.
was going to be fined. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
No mistletoe there.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So, meanwhile, around the same time, about 1645, England wasn't jolly because Oliver Cromwell, a Puritan, took
Mhm.
over and decided
Mhm.
Christmas was going to be canceled.
Just like that.
Bah humbug.
Yeah,
The
pretty much.
original Scrooge.
Yeah.
Now, they weren't the only ones around. And so when Charles II came back to the throne in England, he did restore Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Like
in
him.
yeah, and in the Jamestown settlement in the New World, Captain
Mhm.
John Smith did report that Christmas had been celebrated. So not
Oh.
everybody was a Grinch.
Good.
Petty detail though. Apparently, the first eggnog made in the United States was at the Christmas celebration at Jamestown in 1607.
Huh. Wow.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. Eggnog.
But all this back and forth about it being a holiday or not being a holiday made the holiday fall out of favor by the American Revolution.
Mm.
And let's talk a little bit about what the holiday was like before this and part
Okay.
of why the Puritans had such a problem with it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
probably because it was like a holiday party at a Cousin Eddie's RV park.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Wah,
they're an
wah.
RV. Good looking vehicle, ain't it? But people would attend church, then they would go out drinking, and these drunken shenanigans
Ah, nice.
would continue with the poor going to rich people's houses and demanding food and drink.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
As
Yeah.
it should be.
Right.
I
Yeah.
feel like,
Nothing
I mean,
says
that's
Christmas
Louisiana
quite like,
Christmas,
give me your damn
honestly.
food.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like trick or treating for drinks.
That's a perfect analogy. That's awesome. They're the same.
That's right. So if they weren't given food and drink, the unwanted visitors would terrorize them with mischief.
Yes.
And that's a quote.
Yes. That's sick AF.
Right?
That's awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
I
so-
say we bring back some of these traditions.
No, for real.
So basically, they're, getting drunk, heading over to Frank Shirley's house. And if Frank doesn't give them the bonus money for the pool, they're tying him up with bows. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. Hey, the
gotta
kids
bring
get
this back.
Halloween. Let's give the adults Christmas.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
So it isn't until about 1819 when
Mhm.
Christmas comes back into more of what we know today.
Okay.
But we have to talk about what's going on in the world around that time.
In
So there are
1890.
some huge class divisions in the world.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got the super rich, you've got the super
Was.
poor. Yeah, still.
Right.
It still is.
Yeah. And again, same as today, this is leading to riots and chaos.
Oh,
Some
Shocker.
things never change, right?
right.
I swear. Comes full circle.
It does.
Y'all seen them Black Friday deals?
Mhm.
People be fighting over towels. I'm
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
But this author, Washington Irving, imagines a world where the rich and the poor can mingle. And he thinks that Christmas could be this like family-friendly, peaceful holiday that can bring together the classes.
Okay.
So
okay.
he writes this series of stories called The Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon.
Okay.
Okay.
Gent.
Hmm.
And the whole series is about Christmas at this big English manor house where the squire invites peasants to his home to celebrate. They describe some older traditions that they can do together, and it's just a nice time with dinner and dancing and decorations and blazing fires.
Very homey.
Yeah. So Petty,
Chestnuts.
Yeah, there were-
Roasting on
there
an
were-
open fire.
they were definitely chestnuts. So petty detail here, the sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon also featured the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh.
Huh.
I really thought you were gonna say Legend of Zelda, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Stay in the 1800s, honey.
I was gonna say Legend of
Yeah,
Zelda was
sorry.
just a few years later.
You don't know when Legend of Zelda happened, you know? That could have been 1800s, you
It
know?
was just a few years later though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. In a far off land of Hyrule, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So Irving doesn't stop there with Christmas traditions, though. He's also a big
Mhm.
fan of St. Nicholas.
Okay.
And he writes a book, even before the sketchbook, that's called A History of New York. And in 1809, where he introduces St. Nicholas to Americans.
Okay.
Okay. And in
Okay.
this book, he writes that, quote, good St. Nicholas came riding over the tops of the trees in that self-made wagon wherein he brings his yearly presents to children. Sounds
Tacos.
familiar, right?
He brought
Right.
tacos.
Okay.
He brought tacos. Yeah.
Tacos. Y'all didn't wake up with fresh tacos under your tree in the morning?
Yeah, you're missing out if you
That would
if
be
that's
Come
not,
amazing.
on.
That would
if
be
that's
Yeah.
not your Christmas, then I'm sorry for you.
yeah.
Exactly.
Uh, but remember, this is also kind of around the time that Krampus is, so they're kind of mixing all this stuff up
Okay.
in the US. So, petty detail, another one. Washington Irving wrote a history of New York under the name Diedrich Knickerbocker, which is where the New York
Mhm.
Knicks get their name.
The New York Knickerbockers.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we will fast forward to 1822 when this biblical scholar and professor named Clement Clark Moore
Mm.
wrote a
Oh,
poem for his
he's got one of those
kids.
serial killer names.
Yeah.
I was gonna say names were
You get
just
all three
heavier.
names, you're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you're like super high class. Yeah.
Something.
Right?
So he wrote a poem for his kids called A Visit from St. Nicholas that he would read to them on Christmas Eve. And one Christmas Eve, a friend of his that was visiting heard him read the poem and sends it off to the Troy Sentinel newspaper, who publishes it in 1823. Well, that's the first story anyway. There's another version where a guy
Yeah.
named Major Henry Livingston Jr. wrote the poem.
Okay.
I'm telling you, these names back then, they're just heavy.
Right.
Heavy
are.
names.
They are
Yeah.
ahead.
There's
What happened
just
to
a lot of a
Jim?
name. Right?
Yeah, there's no Jim.
Like, come on.
It's just a lot of name.
Yeah. So what we do know is that it first appeared uncredited in the paper in 1823, and then in 1844, Moore did include it in a book of poetry that he wrote.
Telling me
Okay.
it didn't make it to a pamphlet?
It
Should've
didn't
made
make it to a
pamphlet.
pamphlet. If it would have made it to a
Ugh.
pamphlet,
It would have been
They
out
would've-
much
the world.
sooner.
A hit.
would've-
A hit.
Christmas would have been revolutionized much faster.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's the story that I read to my kids every Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I do it too. Yeah. Mhm.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. So, petty detail. 2 of the reindeers' names have been changed over time.
No.
So
Oh.
there's Donner and Blitzen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Also Dunder and Blixen.
Okay.
And Donner was
So that was their
also,
previous names. Dunder
yeah.
and Blixen.
And Donner has also been called Donder.
Interesting.
Donder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He's got a cool name now.
yeah.
Although after the party, who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
The
He might
Donner
be-
party.
He
Guess-
might be going back to Dunder.
right.
Yeah. He's like, ooh, something happened in between the
Mm.
two.
Yeah.
We're just
But
gonna switch
he's
back.
he's definitely taken Vixen home, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
So all of this is starting to resonate with the public when Charles Dickens really brings it home in 1843 with his story A Christmas Carol.
Scrooge.
Yeah. So I want to give you some quick facts about Christmas Carol before we move on to its significance.
Okay.
First, he
Okay.
wrote a bunch of Christmas themed stories.
Mhm.
And this is just the most well-known one. He also is pretty broke when he writes this. So he spends his nights roaming the streets of London, writing in his head, but he writes the story in about 6 weeks.
I was gonna say, wasn't it kind of like a last-ditch
Wow.
effort to try and like do something with his stories?
It was.
Like it was like he's like, fine, if this one doesn't do anything, then I'm done
Yeah.
writing type of situation.
Mhm.
Dang.
And although he's broke, he's being like a real stickler about how the book is bound. And so much so that when it is printed on December 19th, 1843, although the first editions were sold out by Christmas Eve, he's not making like a ton of money on this because he spent so much on the binding of the books.
Okay.
Because
my
he spent his
goodness.
own money.
Okay.
Yeah. But a year later, the book had already gone through 13 printings.
In 1 year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Also, another petty detail. Mark Twain didn't love A Christmas Carol.
Hmm.
He once said
course
it
he did.
had no heart.
What?
Bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about a freaking Scrooge.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
But
I think
apparently,
you missed.
Was
I think
he-
you missed the point of the book if you were
Was
like,
he-
"This book
yeah.
sucks."
yeah,
Was he just jealous?
he might have been,
No,
but
for
he was
real.
like, he was super into Christmas too.
Huh.
Mark Twain was, yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
So he
Hmm.
could have been just jealous.
Why didn't I write that story?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So Christmas Carol's this big hit, and it brings home the same message that Irving was trying to push, that the rich and the
Okay.
poor could celebrate together in the spirit of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with
Mhm.
all this newfound fondness for Christmas, people start bringing in traditions from their ancestors. So we've kind of
Mhm.
talked about this before.
Nice.
Things like the Yule log, which came
Mhm.
from the Norse tradition of celebrating with a giant log that was burned to await the return of the sun.
Okay.
Or the Christmas
Awesome.
tree, which was a German tradition that
Mhm.
started around the 16th century,
Oh wow.
when the trees
Oh.
were used to celebrate the winter solstice and were decorated with fruit and cookies.
Oh.
Is that why some people do popcorn and cranberry string, like strings of?
Maybe?
Interesting. Or some people hang candy canes on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Nice.
Well, I used to do it until, dogs
Dogs
And then we
and
get
cats
to eat the
started.
candy canes.
Right.
Yeah. My damn cat will eat the tree. It doesn't matter if it's the plastic tree or it's a real
Or the
tree.
real one?
Oh
my
man.
Every
gosh.
single year. Jerk. Anyway.
He's also like 1,000,000 years old, so poor Ditty.
Yeah, poor Ditty. Okay, so and where did Saint Nick come from? Because we know that Irving didn't just make this guy up,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Although he did take
Embellish
some
him
of
a bit.
Yeah, he did kind of take some, I think, that German tradition that we were
Okay.
talking about
Mhm.
in the Krampus episode. But
Mhm.
Right.
Saint Nicholas was actually a monk who was born in Turkey,
What?
Okay.
and he gave away all his wealth that he'd inherited, and he went around the lands helping the sick and the poor.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and this story was brought to America by the Dutch settlers who would honor his death with a celebration.
Oh.
So Santa Claus comes from the Dutch abbreviation for Saint Nicholas, which was Sinterklaas.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Who'd have thunked it?
Right?
A turkey monk.
A turkey monk.
Yeah.
Which is why people will eat turkey for Christmas dinner. No, I don't know.
Right.
I'm just
I don't think that's
that's probably not why.
just a thought, not a fact.
Not a fact.
Right.
Exactly.
So then we fast forward to 1870, when Christmas was finally declared a federal holiday,
Okay.
which is pretty late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in 1881, we get this version of Santa Claus wearing red with this big old white beard,
Mm-hmm.
when a
Okay.
cartoonist named Thomas Nast drew a cartoon based on Moore's poem,
Oh
So
wow.
the Night Before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where he describes them. But again, we got to go back to the German stuff, because remember, he was running around in the same kind of things.
Right.
True.
When in
Mhm.
doubt, German out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I needed on a shirt, and I need it in German under it. I don't know how you say that in German, but
Somebody please tell us in the comments.
Right.
yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward to 1939.
Okay.
Okay. Great year.
It
I
was a
think.
great year.
Yeah.
When Can's favorite, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Woo woo.
That's my boy.
he was invented by Robert L. May, who wrote a poem about him to draw customers into the Montgomery Ward department store.
Wow.
That's why Rudolph was invented?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Interesting.
was a marketing campaign.
Right.
I mean, shocker,
What has Christmas
but
become? Yeah, no,
Right.
for real.
Yeah. Oh, man. And the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree in New York,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
that was actually a tradition started by construction workers in 1931.
Yes.
Nice.
I love that.
Yeah,
Well, they should name it after the construction workers, not Rockefeller.
right? You'd think,
He
but
just,
no.
he
Well,
just has
it's-
money.
It's because they put it in Rockefeller Center.
Oh,
Yeah, but still.
I know.
my bad.
The construction
No, but still, I
Christmas
mean-
tree.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
cra-
All right, so let's circle back to Henry VIII, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Although he almost got Christmas canceled for the rest of the New World because he pissed off the Puritans, right?
Mhm.
He was actually a big fan of Christmas.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. So he would always wear new clothes on Christmas, and he would even give gifts to his servants.
Wow.
Oh.
And he always had a huge feast and attended church. And he
Mhm.
also is said to have hosted more than 1,000 people during the 12 days of Christmas at one point.
Oh my
Whoa.
goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Henry VIII loves Christmas, but he sent the Puritans over here who hated it.
Who were mad at him, so they
Right.
said nope, no to Christmas.
Right,
No
exactly.
Christmas. They're like, sir, what's your guilty pleasure? He's like, Christmas. Goodbye.
That's exactly what Henry VIII sounded like.
Right.
Yes.
Hee hee.
Oh, yeah. Just an ancestor of Michael Jackson.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man.
All right, so petty detail here. Henry is also said to have been responsible for Christmas traditions, especially in England,
Mm.
of minced meat pie,
Okay.
plum pudding, and turkey at Christmas dinner.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Is
apparently,
Turkey I thought Turkey is Turkey native to North America or is it everywhere? I
I
don't,
think there are turkeys well, I mean, not everywhere, but
but like
I think they're
London had
in Europe.
a
Yeah.
stock of turkey. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently the
They go
turkeys
gobble gobble. Sorry. Sorry, please move on. Please, actually. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my God. So apparently the turkeys had to be herded from Norfolk
Okay.
to London, which took about 3 months.
Oh, gee,
Oh.
bold.
Yeah, just so
They're
Henry could
turkeys.
serve them at his dinner.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he's like death marching these turkeys to London.
That's horrible. The trail
But
of
3
turkeys.
months, man. He was dedicated.
I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. The walk was so long that some of the turkeys even had little leather booties made for them.
They did not.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god. Not leather boots.
Oh
They
my
had
God.
Uggs on.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I want to see the house
Oh.
up the street from me that has turkeys. I want to see little leather booties on those turkeys' feet.
That's right. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm getting
Yep.
cold. Oh, my
Uh,
poor things.
so Henry and his daughter Elizabeth were also responsible for gingerbread men
Really?
Oh, I love
Yeah.
those. Okay.
because Elizabeth had a specialist gingerbread maker
Uh-huh.
Oh.
who would create these figures to look like the queen and her guests.
Oh,
Oh.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
You imagine that's your whole job and then you screw up the queen one,
You had one
Yeah.
job.
right?
Yeah.
Off
Like I
with
made
his
your left
head.
arm a little too big.
No pressure.
Right.
No pressure.
Yep. So there you go. As we have found out on this podcast, it's always the 6 degrees of separation with Henry VIII.
Yep. He has his hands
Yeah.
and everything.
It's either that or a
Literally.
pamphlet.
Yes.
Yep.
Telling you.
So I think we're
Pamphlet
just
for
gonna.
that poem and it would have just taken off like wildfire.
I know. So I think we're just gonna have to do an episode on him at some point.
I think that's a good idea.
We
Yeah.
talk about him a lot, but
We do.
Figure out what his
Like I
birthday
said, he has
is.
his hands and everything, so might as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you have it. Stay merry, my friends.
Indeed. Merry
Uh,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Celebrate responsibly.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.